Welcome everyone to our annual preschool open house. My name is Alicia Ashkenazi and I'm the admissions director here at Mazel Day School. I know I've spoken to many of you over the phone or via email, and it's just so nice to finally meet face to face. I feel like I've gotten to know so many of you over the years. We've already started building that warm connection, and I look forward to continuing that relationship as we move forward into the admissions process. Now, I know how overwhelming it can be to start something new and to venture into the unknown. After all, this is your precious baby. It's a big step, but just look at it as a milestone, and I will be here to guide you every step of the way till the finish line and even beyond that to make this a very pleasant and enjoyable experience for you. And after this evening, you'll be able to schedule a virtual tour if you want some more information on the school. You see everything come to life, and you can now access our application on our website, mazeldayschool.com/started, and for you guys to see what sets Mazel apart from all the other schools out there and why Mazel is so talked and raved about by so many. So a little bit of information about Mazel Day School. Mazel is a progressive Jewish day school. We have 3 divisions, starting with our preschool division over in education that starts at age 2, and then we have our lower and middle school over at our west location. We have, thank God, over nearly 330 students already registered in our school, and we look forward to welcoming many more families into our Mazel family. Now, we have a beautiful program prepared for you tonight, so let's get started. I'm sure by now most of you have received your welcome packet. If you haven't or you registered a little later, that's totally fine. You're going to be receiving it very soon. But for those of you that do have it in your hands already, feel free to keep it in front of you throughout this entire presentation. You can just browse through it now, even after the presentation. And there's a lot of information in there. You'll probably, get a lot of your questions answered. So yeah, just keep looking through it. And now tonight, you're going to get to hear from some of the most extraordinary people that has made this dream come true. The agenda for this evening is as follows. First, you're going to hear from our head of school, Mrs. Chani Yakanov. This woman, along with her husband, had a vision of a school community that will serve as a perfect balance to instill that deep love for Judaism and its traditions, along with the highest level of secular education and Judaic education, and they turn this unbelievable vision into a reality. And then you're going to hear from our early childhood director, Miss Ina Isman, better known as Mora Ina. Mora Ina has over 15 years of experience in early childhood classrooms with a master's degree in her early childhood education, as well as in special education. But what really makes Mora Ina stand out as a top director in this area is how much she truly cares about each and every student as if it was her own child. And we are truly honored and privileged to have her on our team. And after you hear from them, we are going to have a parent and teacher panel where you're going to be able to hear about their experiences in Mazel Day School. And we have some clips and videos along the way. And we're going to also get to some of your questions at the very end in our Q&A. I also want to thank you all so much for being here. And with tremendous awe and admiration, I humbly introduce our head of school, Mrs. Chani Yakanov, and our beloved early childhood director, Mora Ina Isman.
Good evening and welcome everyone to our preschool early childhood open house. As the head of school and co-founder of Mazel Day School, I am truly honored and privileged and excited to welcome you tonight for a little glimpse into our early childhood center. When my husband Rabbi Akanev and I founded Mazel Day School along with a group of very passionate parents who saw a need for a unique type of school, for a unique community, we were inspired by the vision of the Lubavitcher Rebbe to create a school that would bring the warmth, community, and connection that comes with a Jewish day school, and to particularly create such a school for our diverse community. When I say diverse, what I mean is that we have parents in our community and children that come from a wide range of backgrounds in terms of Judaism, Jewish observance, and our vision was to really unite all of our parents and families together around a shared vision of education for our children, a vision that combines high levels of academic learning together with Jewish values, community, and most importantly, the deep and meaningful relationships between children, teachers, and parents. What many people don't know is that the journey in this amazing school and bringing this vision to fruition actually began at our preschool, which we established in 2002 with only 3 children. That's right. And today, this school has blossomed into a full elementary school through grade 8 with close to 330 children enrolled. And yet, the preschool remains a truly magical place that is close to my heart, and I'm so excited to share that with you tonight. So our school has a special motto which drives our work with our children, and that motto is instilling a love for learning and the joys of Judaism. Our goal is to cultivate and capture the innate, natural love for learning that each and every single child has from the moment that they are born, curious about the world around them, and to channel it in cultivating a lifelong love for learning, discovery, and education. And our vision and goal is to also instill in our children a positive connection with their Jewish identity and help them discover and see the beautiful meaning and joys of Judaism and their heritage. Now, as Alicia said, this moment tonight marks a special milestone when thinking about the kinds of early childhood programs that our little one will attend. We need to think about many different important aspects. Now, what's interesting is that the Lubavitcher Rebbe would often speak about this specific unique stage of early childhood by comparing a young child to a seed or a little sapling. And what the Rebbe said is that just like with a seed or a sapling, every little aspect of its care or attention has deep lifelong ramifications. Unlike, for example, a fully grown tree, the same is true with young children. Great care and vigilance, even more than in any other stage of education, is required in educating the young. Carefully choosing the environment, the influences, and the values that will immerse this young, blossoming little child. Now, with this in mind, we have placed a lot of care, thought, and intent in designing our early childhood program. So what is it that young children need most during this stage, this critical stage of their development? Ask yourself this question tonight. And we share with you some of the things that have influenced our design of our program. Firstly, and I think obviously, young children need the nurturing care and attention of warm, attentive adults. We call our teachers at Mazel Moras, which is Hebrew for teacher. Our Mazel Moras have a special magic like no other. Every child that enters their care is cherished, welcomed, and with great attention paid to their development. You see, our teachers are not only warm and nurturing adults in the children's lives, but they are also early childhood experts. Our teachers have the experience, training, and education to thoughtfully stimulate the children's development in all areas, in their intellectual growth and development, in their social emotional connections and relationships with others, in the development of their language, motor skills, and so on. And of course, also their spiritual growth. Our Mazel Moras truly attend to the children with that same care as if you were there with them. They love our children as if they are their own. Now, in addition to the warm, attentive, and intelligent care of teachers, what young children thrive in is an environment that fosters their sense of wonder and discovery. You see, for generations, young children grew up in the outdoors, around nature, exploring independently, or they grew up in the home environment where they helped their moms or dads baking, cooking, and enjoying home activities. This sense of wonder and discovery is what we bring into our classroom environment. The sense of wonder and magic, that aha moment that comes from something like watching an egg hatch into a baby chick for the first time, or what happens when you combine random ingredients and suddenly you have a delicious cake. Now, when this experience is experienced when surrounded by your peers, it becomes even more magical, even more wondrous. These are the types of experiences that our teachers design for our classrooms. Now, there are actually 3 teachers of children: the adults, other children, and also their physical environment. I want to take a moment to talk about the unique classroom designs that you will notice at Maslow's Early Childhood program. Often at preschools, you might notice lots of plastic, primary colors, even sometimes electronic toys. But research shows that young children do best in environments that actually bring calm, soothing, natural colors, with also obviously a pop of color to make it fun and child-friendly. But they actually do better in environments that are connected to nature, because that's the type of environment, a homey, natural space that developmentally children always found themselves in the past. So when designing new preschool classrooms, we think about them in the same way, designing a space that is warm, cozy, and also welcoming. On one hand, not overstimulating, but also having small details that will stimulate their curiosity and sense of wonder and discovery. When the children enter their classroom each morning, they never know what might be different today, what's something special that my teacher put out that will be the special activity of this week or this special day. And everything is designed to stimulate learning, even something as simple as the carpet in the pre-K classroom, which will teach the children the continents. All of that is designed thoughtfully. In addition, you'll notice that the classrooms are set up in centers so that you'll have different areas which will stimulate children in different aspects. So for example, there might be a library area that will stimulate literacy, or a math puzzle area, or a sand table, a morning meeting area where the children come together to learn. And each age of children, the classroom is designed in a developmentally appropriate way for that particular age of children, depending on what they're learning. So, and there will be details that are specifically personalized, like the children's names, the names of the family members, their work. All of this is displayed to create a welcoming space. There'll also be a variety of provocations that will stimulate the children's interest. This looks like a great activity for creativity or art or discovery. And even there might be small details like some letters attached to the blocks. And as the children manipulate the materials in the classroom, they automatically learn, because as we said, the children's environment is their third teacher. Now, all of this may sound wonderful. Wow, it sounds like a really magical place for a young child to grow up. But I know that many parents of young children are already thinking ahead, thinking about kindergarten. Some might even be thinking about gifted and talented programs. How will I make sure that my child is truly prepared for that rigorous environment? I want to share with you something fascinating. In education, when we were young, there was a focus on the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. But there has been a major shift in our world. If we look at this list of the top 10 skills that are projected of being necessary by the World Economic Forum in 2025, we see many different types of skills: analytical thinking, complex problem solving, creativity, initiative, leadership, resilience, stress tolerance. These are just some examples of the type of skills that our children will need in the future. And cultivating these abilities begins during this crucial, critical stage of early childhood. So, in addition to the standard pre-academic curriculum that children do need to learn to prepare them for kindergarten, we place strong emphasis on what we call the 4 C's of education, the 4 C's of 21st century learning: communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, which for young children means problem solving, asking wondering questions. When a child is in a play area and they need to negotiate, whose turn is it going to be the doctor today? And solving that problem together using language, that's the kind of skills that our children will need for the future. These little guys that are collaborating to build together a structure will grow up one day to enter an environment where they will be a part of a team. They will need to communicate with their team members. Maybe they'll even have to be the leader or CEO of such a team. And all the skills that they practice in the block center, yes, in the block center, will help them be successful in that environment. So we call these the 21st century skills, the 4 C's of education: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. Now, to help us better understand how these 4 C's play itself out in the Mazel classroom, the teaching style and approach that we use, Marina will tell us more.
Ina, you seem to be muted.
There's always that moment. It wouldn't be a Zoom without an unmute moment.
It's fine. Should I start from the beginning?
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. I'd like to thank Morahani for a nice introduction, and Alicia as well. I'm very touched. And I want to welcome everyone who came today to our open house. And we wish we could greet each of you in person, seeing your faces, your eyes, and learn about the little ones. But we have to do what is healthy for everyone. And here we are with help with above and with technology meeting you virtually. I can proudly say that Little Mazel is the solid foundation of Mazel Day School. We are a progressive preschool, a hands-on experience school that focuses on the process of learning and exploration. At our preschool, instead of hearing teachers saying, "This is the way you need to do this," and "this is the way you should do it," you will hear, "I wonder, how did you do it?" Or "I wonder what will happen next." On this slide that you're going to see right now, you will see an extremely successful result of the UBK Kids collaboration artwork. The significance of these projects is that children not only explore the properties of the materials that they use, they learn how to work side by side, how to accept each other's choices, and how to complement each other. What I especially love about our school is the safe, cozy, and warm atmosphere that our school team, including our security guard and our maintenance professionals, creates every day, giving children a sense of home away from home. Every child is known, every child is cherished, and every child is celebrated. As Mora Hani mentioned, that environment indeed a third teacher. Just walking in our classroom, you will sense what the thematic unit our school is immersed in at the moment. For example, now we're learning all about holiday of Hanukkah through drama and modern art, and of course, math and science too, as we learn about the properties of the oil and properties of light. Our aim is to expose our children to a wide range of new experiences that will give them tools to develop language, creativity, and independent way of thinking. You can read more about our curriculum in our syllabus that you got by mail, and if you didn't get it, you'll get it soon. Following Benjamin Franklin's quote, tell me and I will forget, teach me and I will remember, involve me and I will learn. We chose to involve our children and made our approach to everything we teach sensational and experimental. I mean, sensational in the terms of the 5 senses that help everyone to learn. In order to learn, many of us need to see, to hear, to touch, to smell, and to taste. Just take a look on this next slide and see how little ones experience the color orange. They mix it, they smell it, they squeeze it, and they taste it. So our orange indeed is tasteful color. And as a part of our world unit, we bring live caterpillars to the classroom for the children to observe and then anchor the learning about metamorphosis by doing yoga and using movement to solidify their understanding of the process. On the next slide, you see, and here are beautiful butterflies. And on the next slide, you will see an example of the science experiment, floating and sinking. When children learn about the property of water as a part of our world unit, they use trial and error approach, predicting, testing, correcting, and testing again. Will it sink? Will it flow? That's the question. And the next slide show something very proud and very missed a piece of our curriculum, field trips to different places in our community, such as our local stores, local fire station, pizza store, and it's all part of our unit to study about our community. Though not something we participate in this year, sadly, we truly look forward to bring this type of outings back to our little ones' special experiences at preschool. Meeting community heroes, especially firsthand, in a fully immersive experience, will be something that they will never ever forget. And now I want to talk about how we prepare our children for kindergarten elementary school. Baruch Hashem, we've been very lucky to work collaboratively with a team of Mazel Lower School. We have first-hand information about the kindergarten requirements, and even more, we're able to track the success of our graduates. The planned activities and lessons at preschool focuses on the learning skills that are much needed in kindergarten and even beyond. The skills of focusing, listening, thinking, resolving, and resilience. Knowing the high standards of our low school division, we have big goals for our little students that they will master at the end of pre-K. For example, knowing upper and lower case English letters and their sounds, Hebrew letters, and being able to read short words like cat, mat, being able not only to listen and retell the stories, but make up own stories. And let's talk about math goals. Counting to infinity. Okay, I know you children already can count, but our children in preschool love big numbers, and infinity will never stop them. What about basic math concept, addition and subtraction? Understands and use what pattern is, what time is, what money are. To help our children to achieve these big goals, we use research-based curriculums that have proven to be successful in our school over the years. One of them is the Handwriting Without Tears for nursery and pre-K students, which was developed by occupational therapists. It offers a full pre-writing and phonics program that builds early literacy and math as well. The curriculum provides us with easy to use multiple sensory tools and activities that we adapted even to Hebrew letters as well. And if you see on the slides, that's part of our handwriting program, and it's part of our sensational teaching. On the top of learning math concepts through daily routines, such as counting days of the week, counting plates during setting the table for a meal, our school uses TOUCHMATH curriculum that teaches children numerals from 0 through 9. Of course, your children know all these numbers, but this curriculum is teaching not only number recognition, but each number's value, which is the base of addition and subtraction. Every number from 0 to 9 has, except 0. From 1 till 9 have a touch point, so children can touch and count when they look at the number. And that gives children a very concrete but child-friendly approach. What I especially love about our preschool, that we are growing and we are never satisfied. And because we serve so many children with so many different talents, we try to find the best programs for each of them. As much as we pay attention to developmental and academic skills, we pay a lot of attention to character development. Morahani will tell us more about this.
In addition to all of the work of having our children learn academically and cultivating the 4 C's of 21st century learning, at Mazel, we add an additional 5th C, and the most important C of all, the C of character. As a Jewish day school, our focus is to help our children build a positive, strong sense of Jewish identity, a sense of pride and confidence in who they are, learning the history of their people before each of the holidays, preparing projects that they can share with you at home, and understanding what are the traditions that make us, that are ours, and the children from that very young age build a tender, close connection with all of the symbols and traditions that represent Judaism. One of the most important traditions in our heritage is the tradition of giving. And this makes the foundation of the C of character. For example, every morning when the children come in, as part of their daily routine, they take one simple coin and give it to tzedakah, to charity. Now, what happens in this very simple act is that a young child each day learns that there are others in the world who have less than them, and they can do something to help ease their plight. This instills a sense of character, community, and responsibility and citizenship that is unparalleled. This is what it means to be a mensch. These are what Jewish values are all about. And this is just one example. Some other traditions that we have at our school might be, for example, right now, we have a toy drive for an organization called Chai Lifeline, which distributes toys to children who are sick or ill. Another, and especially at a time like now when children typically get so much, they learn from a young age how to be a giver. Another tradition that we typically would do, although we have not been able to do this year, and we look forward to going back just as the visits to the fire station, is visiting our local senior center. Just picture that moment when a young child goes to play a simple game together or sing a song to an elderly person, what that means and that connection and character that it builds in a young child. And this is not only in terms of the general world outside of them, but this emphasis on character focuses in the classroom environment itself. We focus on having our children learn what it means to be a member of a classroom community, to clean up, to help out. And you know what this experience does? Being a member of a team that achieves something wonderful together, like making latkes or sweeping up after a fun activity, it builds a strong sense of confidence in children, a feeling of achievement. It builds their character. And our children also love to look for opportunities to do what we call a mitzvah. Who can bring in a mitzvah note? And this emphasis is not only something that teachers bring into the classroom alone, but they also invite and involve our parents in experiencing and reinforcing as well. The sense of community at Mazel goes beyond the classroom and to our parents' body. Each year, again, in a typical year, the parents come in regularly, whether it's during Literacy Month to read storybooks to the children or during Health Month, where you see our parents came in with creativity, with energy, with passion to teach our children the importance of eating healthy. This was a juice bar that they did. Everything that you see here was designed by parents for children. And all of this together as a team, parents, teachers who are early childhood experts, and the sweetest, cutest children you could ever imagine, create an opportunity and a gift of an early childhood program that gives our children the two greatest gifts we could possibly give them. Strong roots, where they will know who they are and where they come from, along with wings to fly, to soar, to express themselves, and to reach their full potential as confident, creative, and passionate Jewish leaders of the future. And we look forward to welcoming you and your children into this amazing, magical experience. I told you it would be magical, right?
Wow, I love those pictures. Look, you know what they say about pictures? Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Like those faces, those curious eyes, those smiles, those real smiles. Oh my gosh, like these pictures really say it all. Hani and Marina, thank you so much. That was very informative. And now at this time, I would like to warmly introduce our panelists. We will start with our parents. Please introduce yourselves, what your profession is, and how old your child is. First up, we have Anna Goldenberg. Anna, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anna Goldenberg. I'm the mom of Zivi. He's 4.5 years old. I'm an occupational therapist. I work at the Department of Education, and Mazel is as amazing as they actually say it is.
Thank you so much, Anna, and welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Okay, then we have Alana Kozak. Alana, please introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, thank you for being here. My name is Alana and I am a program director for the World Zionist Organization. I am mom to Benjamin, who is in nursery, and he's 3 years old, so we've been to Mazel for 2 years now.
Thank you so much, Alana, and thank you so much for taking the time out to be here tonight. And next we have Dmitry Zhernovsky. Dmitry, whenever you're ready. Mariana, we don't hear you so well. Just try to speak a little bit louder. Not so great. I think there might be something wrong with your speaker, but if you can just speak a little bit louder, maybe we could try to hear you. Thank you so much, Anne. Just work on the speaker while we get to the questions. Hopefully by the time we get to your question, your speaker will work a little better. Okay, we're going to move on to the teachers now. Teachers, please introduce yourselves, the number of years that you're teaching, and the age you teach. First up, we have Maura Ricky. Maura Ricky, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ricky Kessler. I teach UP and I lost my first model. I've been teaching about this now, and I love it. I couldn't be more.
Thank you so much, and thank you for
beautiful
joining us
school.
tonight, Ricky. And then we have Maura Yafa. Maura Yafa, please introduce yourself.
I am Maura Yafa. I am a nursery teacher, and it's my 4th year in Mazel. I love Mazel. My child also went to Mazel, and he graduated last year. And I'm like, there is no better place than Mazel.
And we love you, Maura Yafa. And last but not least, we have Maura Parrell. Maura Parrell, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Maura Parrell, Rothenberg. I teach the pre-nursery class, the 2-year-olds, and I've been teaching in Mazel. It's my 11th year in the pre-nursery class in Mazel. I've been teaching for a few more years, more than that, and I really enjoy the Mazel community that we have here, and also working with the Mazel staff in the Mazel environment.
Thank you so much, Parrell, and thank you for being here tonight. Audience, you can start posting your questions in the Q&A box.
Alicia, you're on mute.
Not sure why I got muted. Sorry about that. I don't know where I left off. Thank you, Maura Parrell, very much. What I was saying before, I don't know if you heard this part, but I was basically saying that you can start posting your questions in the Q&A box, and we are going to address them to the best of our ability later on. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to ask all of our panelists, please keep your answers concise. I know you have a lot to say, and we do want to hear it, but just because of time, you have 2 minutes. Okay, so we're going to start with Maura Parrell. What are some ways that you bring a particular theme that you're teaching? For example, like community or a season.
Okay, so when we see in our classroom, we work with her to make this a multi-sensory experience and to engage the child's different senses, different learning styles of the children. We will use song and movement. We'll use art. We use reenacting the experience of what we're learning. We have props in our play area, so they can act it out. They can experiment with it. In the sense, our sensory table have a sensory equipment that they can experience what they're learning at the same time. And we try to get taste and smell as much as we can to the child. So we engage at all parts of the child when they're learning.
Thank you so much, Maura Parrell. And really, like, you have to see actually this in action. Like, these teachers really do put on like a whole play and performance for these kids to really see this reenactment, and this everything really comes to life. It's amazing. The next question is for Alana Berdichevsky. Alana Kozak, what attracted you to the school over other daycare alternatives? And in general, also, why Jewish?
Sure. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Great. So really, Mazel's reputation was the #1 factor that drew me to even consider Mazel. The reputation, everyone that I know, everyone that I always speak to, the comments, the people, the reviews, they were always excellent. So I said, I'm going to give this a try. And also the family, the foundation, you know, the family that runs Mazel, the Alkanya family, they're just such warm and loving people. And I said, you know, I trust them. So that was a big factor. The curriculum, the educational academic curriculum seemed very interesting when I attended open house a year ago. When I was considering it, I said, you know, it really brings joy into learning. And I said, that's really what I'm looking for. But the main thing would be the fact that I was looking for a place to develop my child's Jewish identity, because I understand the critical, you know, developmental age that he's in. And it was very important for me to give him that foundation and give him that support and put him in an environment that would be nurturing and loving. And that was really what Mazel felt like to me, and what it is. You know, what I thought about it going into it is really what I've experienced. So everything that you learned today, everything that you heard today is it. It's really, you know, that's how it happens. There's a lot of joy, there's a lot of trust, there's a lot of nurture, there's a lot of love and help and support and education and development. And I just loved all of that about Mazel, and I still do.
Thank you so much, Alana. Yes, Mazel is home to many of our babies. And like when I say our babies, they really are ours. And the next question is from Mori Yafa. How do you develop social skills and a positive community environment in your classroom?
That's a good question. And I think very important to teach kids in positive, warm, and calm atmosphere, social skills. We're using a lot of puppets and book stories to show the situation, and we together solve the problem. And throughout the day, throughout the play, we just remember. Do you remember the puppet Abby? She said what she said. So we use it a lot. Of course, we're talking about emotions that helps build social skills. And we not just talk about emotions 1 week in a year. We talk about emotions every day. Like right now, we learn about story. Like what we do to come in the beginning of story. And then in the end of the, as well as we help kids to express their feeling. If we see the child is happy, we say, oh, I see you're so happy today. And it helps a lot in social skills. And we give them, sometimes kids do not have this phrases and they don't know how to solve the social skill problem. So we give them phrases and we practice these phrases like, please, can you pass me milk? Please, I don't like it, stop it. And it helps build social skills. That's what I use in my class.
Thank you so much, Mariafa. We literally want to just take all you teachers home. This is a question for Dimitri. Dimitri, what is parent-teacher communication like to you? Or Ariana, whoever. I think I'm muted.
Excellent. Okay, we solved the problem.
Great.
So, so the communication, how it is for me. So as a parent-teacher communication I find it to be in Mazel excellent. I look forward to like everyday correspondence from teachers. Not only do they provide like one-on-one communication where like if there's something wrong or they wanted to clarify something, we get communication on daily basis in our WhatsApp group, basically, in which we see exactly what our children are doing. I see the things they were doing, so which activities they did, which books they read, which songs they sang, what they learned, what colors, what letters they did today. So it's very important because as a parent, when I do pick up my child, not only do I know what my child was doing all day, it provides me information on what can I talk to my child about when I pick him up, because I don't know if anyone experienced that with my oldest one who didn't go to Mazel, for instance. I would ask him, what did you do today? And his response would be, I don't remember. And we kind of be stumbling on what he could have possibly been learning that day. Where in Mazel, I have all this background information for my daughter. I have both a son and a daughter in school. And this allows me to also practice this information and their learnings at home, and to see for myself, is there any weaknesses that we could improve? Is there any strengths that we could go on to build on further? Which also reinforces once again the communication that I would have with the teacher. So if there is any concern on anything that I see my child was not able to learn from that day's lesson, I get to express that. I get to talk about it and in an extensive way, and we're able to build from that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mariana. Yes, parents are a huge, huge, huge part of development, and we welcome parents very much into our classrooms and into everything that we do. The next question is for you, Moriki. How do you assess children's progress and development?
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we do bi-monthly assessments. Aside from academic success, it includes social adaptability, language communication, play, concepts and learning, math skills, literacy, motor skills, self-help skills, which is a huge one. I do constant observations in my classroom along with my even just learning if they're cutting, any fine or gross motor skills we assess. And the assessments help me figure out everyone's individual success and progress in the classroom. And it allows me to appropriately adjust anything that needs to be fixed per individual child. And it ends up helping everybody all together, and it evaluates continual progress throughout the year. So it is around bi-monthly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. You guys, they literally tailor make everything for each kid. It's unbelievable. Okay, Anna, you're up. As a mom, what is your view on the Mazel approach to teaching young children?
Okay, Mazel is really like a occupational therapist's dream come true. They are everything that they said they are. And I've studied curriculums and child development and everything that I could possibly learn about teaching children, and Mazel just like embodies all those evidence-based practice, like the latest research out there. Like they just incorporate that so beautifully into everything they do. Like everything they do is so thought out, like on an underlying neurologic level, on a every kind of level that can, like for multi-sensory learning, like every child is so different. If you see a school that just like gives you worksheets to do all day and follow the teacher, like don't send your kids to that school. Like Mazel will like bring out every potential your child has in them, and then just like really instill curiosity in them through movement, through exploration, through theater. Like their classrooms are transformed into like the parsha of the week every week. They use musical instruments, they use songs, they use like just art, paint, exploration to learn real concepts. And kids love learning because of that. So Zivi comes home and he says like, Mommy, what's 5 + 5? And what's like, what's bigger, this or that number? Or how do you spell this? And I didn't even do anything. Like they just make parenting so much easier because when I say to CV, like, let's do your homework, he's like, yay, this is amazing, awesome. I wish we could get more homework. Like, I've never seen this in my life. So they really do instill love of learning because they know how to teach. Like, they really use like really great teaching methods. And social emotional learning, like, I've never seen this in any other school, but like, they model how to behave. I know when I have play dates, like who's from Mazel and who's from not. Like, we just had a play date today, and Zivi got a mitzvah note for sharing all of his toys with his friends. And his friend from Mazel actually like cleaned up, brought the stuff back to the kitchen, like really beautifully, respectfully. It was just like so natural to them to be a helper, to want to do the right things. And also the last thing I'm going to say, because I know it's 2 minutes, I could talk all day about Mazel, but like the last thing, they really help parents parent. I just want to say something about that because they really see the world from the child's perspective and they structure everything around that. So like the transition into the school is like this greater transition model where the child just enters school so comfortably because they do first 1 hour, then 2 hours, or they build up on it. They meet the moras one-on-one, then they like grade from there. And just like for Hanukkah, I was so nervous that Zivi would touch the candles, and they taught him to hold on to my forearm. They taught him to sing like a fire safety song. They just like really help us parents by like looking ahead, knowing what challenges we're gonna encounter and kind of just like solving it for us. I mean, they make me a better parent and they make our family a better family because they're really involved in our everyday family life because of their influence on our children. Like they help you potty train, they help you work through any difficult times in your child's life. They give you parenting advice. Marina does parenting club. Every week we get like tips on good parenting strategies. So just that alone, it's unbelievable. Really, it's just like something that I could only have dreamed of as an OT. Like I've seen schools and this is just like one of a kind. Okay, I'm done. That's probably like way more than 2 minutes.
Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you. Yes, we do really focus on the whole child, and transition is a huge part of Mazel Day School that we're actually known for our transition and how the experts in our school really do transition the children beautifully. Like I said before, this is your baby and this is going to be your baby's second home. And that's what it feels like for this child coming in. It feels like home. Okay, the next question is from Laura Peril. Let's try to keep it to 2 minutes as much as possible. You guys are doing great. As a toddler teacher, can you talk about how you help your children transition to school for the first time? Like what I was just sort of trying to say.
Absolutely. Just like Anna was talking about and you've mentioned. So when we begin the school year, we have a very slow and transition schedule to help the child get used to the classroom, the teachers, and their peers. And we first meet the child one-on-one, so they can meet the teacher and the classroom environment. We have small groups of children coming for a small period of time, so they get used to each other, they get used to the classroom, and they also get used to the idea that they're going to be dropped off and they're going to play, and then they will be picked up, so they understand what the day is going to look like. After that, the full day does begin. We really, and during that week, what we focus really hard is to make a bond with each child, so that when the child does come, we remember who likes the trains, who wants to play with the dolls, which child comes down when when they have Play-Doh in their hands, and we work really hard to bond with the children and find what they enjoy, so that they come to love school and they can engage themselves in the classroom and in the routines. We put family photos up on the classroom wall so they feel like they have their families with them. So this classroom feels homey and feels like part of their life. We usually in the past years, we've had different times parents coming into the classroom also to involve the parents. But this year we worked really hard and it's really going, was a really nice, smooth transition, even without, we think would be very abrupt without parents being allowed to go in the into the school. But the children really still adjusted very nicely because we really, really focused to make sure that they felt loved when they were in the classroom and they felt like they were important and valued. And I think that is all the only thing we focus on at the beginning of the school year, make sure that happens, and it gives them that love. And before you know it, they're just running to school.
Like I said, guys, experts. This is what I'm talking about. The patience of these teachers, like literally, I'm blown away every year how these kids come in the beginning of the year, not even knowing who anyone is and what, and it's incredible to see everything fall into place. Thank you very much, Mo Apparel. Okay, Mariana, this is for you. A parent who has children in different divisions, as a parent who has children in different divisions, because Mariana has both this division and also lower school division. How do you feel the school balances the different variety, the variety of different levels of Jewish observance among parents? We're a very versatile school, and we have different levels of Jewish observance. So how do you feel the school balances all that with all the different families? Mariana, you might be muted.
Hi.
Just makes it more exciting. It's good.
Yeah. So in my opinion, Mazel does a beautiful job in adjusting to each child. So they do it in the most natural way, not intrusive to the families that, let's say, are less observant, or families that are over observant, or someone in between. Like my family, we're pretty modern. I don't dress religiously, but we celebrate Shabbos, we celebrate all the holidays, and we're quite observant. So there is like no awkward feeling that we don't belong there in this group or that group. Everyone is on the same page. But what I love about Mazel is that they teach children about the holidays. They teach children the values of being a good person and good Jewish person, and without really pushing like the religion or anything aspect of that onto them. Like a child develops and understands on his own. So like I'll give you an example. When my son was sick, it was very sweet. All of his classmates made him beautiful cards of get well soon, which was also followed by a phone call of them wishing him to get well soon, which is very beautiful and allows the child to know how to basically feel when somebody else isn't feeling well. It's an emotion that is being developed in children early on. They are being taught on how to basically make someone feel other than just saying hi and smile at them, or would you like to play with my toys, in terms of feeling well. They're making them feel as part of the community. So when they're not there, they know that they're being missed and that there's that connection. So that's one of those. Also, children learn how to give tzedakah, to give to others who are less fortunate. Something that made children going back home, they ask, how come, how can I help, and how can I give to others? And when my son, for the first time, when we first entered Mazel, his question was, how come we don't have so many pushkas in our house so we could put tzedakahs in? So that was very sweet, and just made us realize, like, yeah, we have one pushka, but really we should have more than that. We should also give more to others. So as a result of that, we have several places where my son and my other children put tzedakah money every day, which they enjoy doing. Also, I just find it to be very educational, in which the child is learning how to not be so self-centered and understand what's going on around them. And that is something that Mazel provides children with, in which they learn on how to think outside of themselves. And in my opinion, that creates a very well-rounded child, a confident child, and a child who knows how to be part of a community, school community, and also outside community, outside of school. And I think Mazel does a wonderful job with that.
Thank you so much, Mariana. Yeah, it is definitely important to build character in a child so that they can accept all different people with all different levels of Jewish observance. That is definitely what we instill in the kids from when they're really very young. Moriafa, how do you deal with discipline in your classroom? Like, I've never seen you even discipline. I don't even know what the word means with you because you're just so sweet and amazing. So just if you can just give us a little insight on that.
I think there are so many components that we use to build positive discipline in the class. And one of them is communication. We build clear rules for kids so they know what are the rules in the class. We discuss step-by-step directions so kids know what we expect. And we sing a lot of songs. Their kids like Fala Mora Yafa, 1, 2, 3, and they all sing in it. And we sing different traditions. We use different songs, and also we build consistent routine. We spend so much time to build routine at the beginning of the year, and we have big board of the schedule, and every day we go through the schedule, so every child in the class knows what's going to happen today. Then I think creativity, we engage kids and we listen to kids, what kids like, and we engage this in our teaching. We add it to the class. And one very important component is connection. Connection helps child to understand child, what happened with him, her, what he feels. So we talk to children, we play with children, and to show them that you love them. I think love is very important, and we give them so much hugs, and we say them all the time, we love you, love you, love you. And throughout my day during the nap, before kids go to nap, I like to sing with them Hamala Hagol, which is a Jewish song where you ask Hashem to protect child when he sleeps. And I come to every child and I cover the child and I say, "You're so delicious. I love you so much. Sweet dreams." And they love it and they feel it, and it helps to build a very positive discipline class.
Thank you so much, Mariafa. See, this is the warmth that I'm talking about. Like, it just comes right through. Just when she's speaking, like you feel already that love, that warmth. That's Mazel. That's exactly what this is. And the last question from Maura Ricky. Okay, in the meantime, if you guys want to put some questions in that Q&A box, now's your last chance. And obviously, you can always ask questions later on. You can always reach out to me. But we're going to be going on to the Q&A right after this last question. So whatever questions you may have, just put them in that box and we're going to address them next. Last question for you, Moriki. How do you teach academic concepts? For example, letters, math, science ideas?
It's a really good question. Can you hear me? Just making sure.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we have specific UPK-oriented goals that we reach. In UPK, we learn our letters, uppercase and lowercase, and the sounds. And we, like Marina talked about before, we introduce blending and some sight words. And just like Morkhani was talking about, we introduce all of our centers and academic skills through center-based learning. It helps enhance the children reaching the specific goals that we want them to reach for entering kindergarten. A lot of these academic things like letters, math, and science is through play as well. We put whatever we are learning that week into our centers to enhance the writing. We've put Post-its and markers in our kitchen center just to have them write recipes. We always enhance our learning to reach our academic goals as well. So for letters, we actually do this program, Handwriting Without Tears, that Marina spoke about. And it has coloring, and it teaches them pencil grip, counting, and writing as well for numbers. For math, we introduce all of the mathematical concepts in such simple things as baking and measuring, counting candles on our, what amount of pennies we get when we get a letter on a dreidel. We do pattern play as well. And whatever we're learning that concept, we put it over into whatever like math we're learning. We'll count the dreidels, or for science, we spoke about light and fire this week, and what a candle needs in order to burn, as well as introduced fire safety simultaneously. And we also do things like engineering. Whatever we're learning the concept, we'll use the tools or letters of the week to have the child build and create things out of that letter of the week, and tools that have to do with the letter of the week. So it's really amazing. Whatever we're learning, we apply to our center-based learning as well.
Thank you so much, Mo, Ricky, and thank you so much, all the parents and all the teachers. You really did a really good job of expressing really exactly what Mazel is about. And just stick around because we have some questions in the Q&A box, and I know they're to be, so just wait and see. So now it is time to get to some of the audience questions. And Hani leading our Q&A. Hani, take it away.
All right, so we have two questions that are revolving around the pre-K and UPK program. So one question is, parent noticed that on the online application, there isn't a UPK application that is accessible. So this is for those families. I know tonight we have with us families who are looking to apply into pre-nursery, some looking to apply into nursery, some looking to apply to pre-K. We have 3 different age groups of children. So in terms of UPK, that's something that, because we have very limited spots, you will contact Alicia directly and she will give you access to that application and walk you through that process. So that's in terms of pre-K applications. As I'm sure you probably know, but if you don't, I'll spell it out. We have UPK in our pre-K program, which means that in addition to enrolling and applying to our school program, there is sponsorship through the UPK program. So you would also have to apply through the city agency, which they actually oversee the enrollment process directly. And we have only limited ability to control that. So that's something that you'll speak to Alicia about, and she'll give you more of those details. Another pre-K question that has come in is with regard to, let's say there's a child who's new to preschool, will be coming into pre-K, but joining peers who've been in our program before in pre-nursery and nursery. So, you know, for example, what if a child didn't learn the letters of the alphabet or doesn't know the Hebrew letters? You know, how is that something that would be addressed? So firstly, a part of the application process is meeting with Marina, the preschool director, and she will assess each child to see their readiness. Are they really ready to join the program, whether it's pre-nursery, nursery, and pre-K? And also, as you heard from the teachers, there's a lot of what we call differentiation, which means that the teachers focus on the different needs of children at different levels. And if it's determined that your child is ready for the program, even if, you know, different children might be in slightly different places, the teachers are very talented in addressing individual children's needs. So I hope that answered that question. Let me see if there's any other questions that come in. Yes, so there's a question in terms of tuition rates. So that's something that you can find on our school website. On the admissions tab, you'll see the current year's tuition. And I believe, Alicia, right, it goes up by a small percentage each year.
Yes.
Okay. And final question, then we'll get to the special closing treat. We have a little video glimpse into a day at Mazel Preschool, which I know you want to see. There's a question with regard to how COVID regulations have affected the school activities. We touched on some of them, such as, for example, parents not being able to come into the building. Also on the school website, you'll be able to see our COVID reopening roadmap and see which aspects affect our preschool, which apply to the older children. As you'll see shortly, all of the teachers in the opening slideshow, all of those pictures were from pre-COVID days, but what you'll see in the slideshow is from this year. I'm sorry, in the video clip shortly is from this year. All the teachers wear masks. There's daily health screening every single morning. And there's very strict zero tolerance sick policy. There's medical grade ear purifiers in the classrooms, increased sanitization, and really doing everything possible in a developmentally appropriate way to make sure that our preschool environment is healthy and safe for our teachers and also, of course, children and their families. All right.
Thank you so much, Hani. Is that it for the Q&A?
Yes.
Okay, guys, again, if you have any questions that do come up, because I know it's hard to think of questions on the spot. If you do have questions that end up coming up, feel free to reach out. I'm always here to assist you in any way that I can. And now for the cherry on top, where we bring everything that you heard until now to life. Enjoy this little peek into our day.
Good morning. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, AB. Good morning, Ayana. Hello, hello. Come on in. Whoa, and you have a mitzvah note about it. Yay. What does yours say? What does it say? Do you know? Eliana, listen to mommy when mommy said it's time for school. Yay for Eliana. Come, let's wash hands. How are you? Choo, choo. And we say hello to Celine. How are you? And we say hello to Pearl. How are you? And we say hello to Abby. And we say hello to Benjamin. And we say hello to Marcia. How are you? And we say hello to Leora. How are you?
Oh, the labor falling down, falling down, falling down. Oh, no, it's falling down.
It is good job. Go, Zeevy, go. Go, Zeevy, go. Aiden, you should wait. Wait for him. Good job. Go, Aiden, go. Go, Aiden, go. Good job. Now, Avivush, your turn. Put the pillow the right way. And let him roll on the tummy. Aviv, roll on the tummy. Go. Good job.
table time? Is it davening time? Is it breakfast time? Is it calendar time? Is it center time? Is it time to go outside? Is it lunchtime? Is it nap time? Is it snack time? What's after snack time? Learning and
הביתה ילדים, נאמר שלום לכל החברים, שלום למורה, שלום למורה, יאנה שלום, שלום, עד מחר להתראות. See you all. Bye friends, bye for today.
Oh my God, seriously? Like, how cute are these kids? I am obsessed. Okay, this has been a really enjoyable evening. I hope you all enjoyed it. I want to thank you all so much for attending. The next step after this evening, like I mentioned before, is to schedule that virtual tour if you'd like more information. And again, our admissions application are up on the website. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you might have. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can. And I want to, again, thank you all so much for joining and have a great night.